Hey guys, so today in this video I want to share 5 reasons why pornography is just BS. It's just pure illusion. 5 reasons why it's just a piece of dog crap painted gold, as I've said before. So number one is the fact that it just gives you brain fog. Like, it just makes you not be able to think clearly, especially when you view a lot of that stuff, you know, especially if you view a lot of that stuff and, it's just like a cycle. It gives you brain fog, and like, that's not fun, like, you can't even you can't think clearly. So that's number one, is you can't have mental clarity if you're viewing pornography. And then number two, the second reason why porn is just bullshit. I didn't mean to actually cuss, but but the second reason is because it makes you see people as objects. Like, it just makes you see people in an objectifying way, like, it ruins your relationships with people, especially if you're in like a committed relationship, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, or you're married or whatever. Like, that just totally ruins your relationship with that person. And even if you're not in a committed relationship, just with people in general in your life, like, that just ruins your relationships with people, and you just come off as like a weirdo. You just kind of come off as like a creep, weird guy, awkward person, and that's not cool. It's not fun, that's what porn does to you. And then number 3 is porn drains you. It drains your mental and emotional energy. It straight up drains you. And of course, it can drain you in the sense that it can influence you to masturbation. It can influence you into masturbating very easily, and releasing that sexual energy. That obviously drains you. I mean, I've talked a lot about semen retention on this channel. When you release that energy out of you, that is very draining when you masturbate. And then even without masturbation, even just pornography in and of itself is draining. It drains your mental and emotional energy, and even your physical energy. So it drains your spirit. It drains your connection to God. And it makes you more emotionally unstable. So that's my third reason why pornography is just BS. Number 4, the fourth reason why pornography is just BS is because it can waste a lot of your time. It can be just a big time waster, because there's a lot of people that end up viewing that stuff for multiple hours, like literally a few hours in a day. And then they end up viewing this stuff like multiple times a week, and it's just like a regular thing because it's a cycle. It's an addiction. So it takes away all this time where you could be doing productive, meaningful things that could bring so much joy and so much fulfillment and success in your life. You know? Just think about it. Like, it can take away so much of your time where you could be doing meaningful things that can bring joy and purpose and fulfillment in your life. You know? Huge time waster. Just think about it. And even if it's like less of an addiction for you per se, and like, you know, you're just viewing that stuff like once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, still that's totally a time waster. Especially since it drains your mental and emotional energy and your physical energy, you know? Because you could be using that time doing something so much better. And every time you do give into that temptation, it reinforces that addiction. It reinforces that lust. And it helps to like keep you trapped if you give into that. So it's a huge time waster. And then the fifth reason why porn is just BS is because it just takes you away, the more spiritual element. It just takes you away from God. And it brings you into the darkness of the devil, of Lucifer and his darkness. You know, it brings you closer to demons. You have like, there's more demonic influences around you, and you're more susceptible to like evil spirits, and it just totally takes you away from God, especially based off of what I've heard from like other people. Like, I've heard of people straight up dealing with demonic evil spirits because of pornography addiction. So it totally takes you away from God, totally takes you away from the light of the Lord. And that's horrible. That's horrible. That's miserable. That's sad. You know? So yeah, like it takes you away from God. It takes you away from the source of all truth. It takes you away from the source of all joy and fulfillment and righteousness and everything that is good. Pornography takes you away from that. So yeah, I mean, those are my 5 reasons. You know, it takes you to hell. In other words, pornography takes you to hell in this life. In this life, it takes you to hell. And potentially in the afterlife. You know? So yeah, those are my 5, that's 5 reasons why pornography is just BS. So whenever you're like tempted to view porn, just remember this video, or go back and listen to this video whenever you're tempted to view that nasty adult content. You know, whenever you're tempted at all, listen to this video, or, you know, try to remember what I shared in this video. Remember the truth. You know, like I said before, porn is just a piece of crap. It's just a piece of poop painted gold. It's an illusion. It's pure illusion. Anyways, that's all I want to share, guys. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.